We have breaking news for you, everyone. We want to take you straight out to a press conference with Lenexa police about a 5-month-old baby that has been found safe in a car that was stolen earlier. We'll listen in now.
And using different types of technology, we were able to figure out where the car was at.
Pretty fascinating. And as far as the circumstances, they had come obviously to use the services from the bank.
I'm not even sure they were here for the bank. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And they were only here for a few seconds then? They had gone out of the car to do something?
Yeah, I think.
What was kind of the circumstances around how they...
Well, I thought they were meeting a group of people here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what they were doing, but they met some other people here. I think they talked about a car, and when their car drove off.
Just like that?
Just like that.
And it's cold out, so they're keeping the baby inside the car or something, I guess.
You know, even without the cold, I think most people have the perception that if you're only a couple feet away from your car, then it's safe. The reality is that if you're not real close to your car or inside your car and the keys are in it, it's very easy for somebody just to get in that driver's seat and drive away without you seeing them.
Yeah.
Do you think this has anything to do with all those recent car break-ins in and around Overland Park area?
I'm not sure. Not that I know of.
And so we kind of jumped in on this interview a little late. Can you again walk us through what exactly happened what did you first know when you were getting this call?
Before that, can you say and spell your name for us real fast?
It's B like boy, O-R-C-H-E-R-S.
And your first name, Captain?
Wade.
Ray?
Wade.
Wade, yep. Thank you. All right, great.
And you're captain with the Lenexa Police?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and walk us through the day.
A little after 6 o'clock tonight, we were dispatched down here on a stolen auto that just occurred with a baby inside the car still. When officers arrived, they contacted the mother and the father and learned the car had last gone eastbound on 95th Street. They were only basically at the rear of their vehicle. They weren't very far from it when their car just drove away. They didn't see anybody get in the car. It happened that quick. And we were able to use some different forms of technology to be able to figure out the car was in Kansas City, and the Kansas City, Missouri officers responded, located the car, located the baby safe and sound.
How old is the baby?
Under a year. I'm not sure exactly, but under a year. I do know that.
Boy or girl?
That I don't know.
Okay. What were the parents inside the Bank of America at the time?
No, they were right behind their car. They were very close to their car when this occurred. They were not very far away.
You talk about the technology bank. I don't know if you can give us specifics, but kind of what types of things and how do you pinpoint a car that drives off that maybe doesn't have a GPS? Do they leave their phone in the car or something like that?
That's one of the ways we use. I have to refer to my detectives to find exactly how we came down to that conclusion of where it was at. But certainly, a lot of cars have the built-in GPS, and cell phones would be another use, or even your mobile computers and things like that.
So this kid was only gone then for a matter of minutes. It sounds like.
Well, it would be. I'm not sure what time it is right now. It's a little past dinner time. Yeah, it was probably about 35 minutes from the time that we got the call to the time that we located the child.
And that length of time is important, right? The shorter amount, the more likelihood that usually, right? I mean.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously we want to find the car as quick as we can.
Yeah.
In this case here, it was in the south side of Kansas City, Missouri. So you have that drive time. 4:35 is not exactly clean, easygoing traffic at 6 o'clock at night either. So, the drive time between here and there. And what happens most often in these types of cases is the suspect wanted to steal a car, and luckily didn't want to steal a baby. And once they figure out a baby was in the car, they probably got away from the car as quick as they could. I know last week a very similar incident happened in the middle of the night in Marion. I think that was Monday night when that happened. And that car was found not too far away with the baby safe and sound inside.
And so this car was abandoned then on the side, and that's when
I'm not sure exactly where it was abandoned. It was, I don't know if it was in a parking lot or on the side of the road, or I'm not clear on the details of where it was at.
So still looking for the suspect?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, do you have any description? Yeah.
We don't have anything right now. That's what talking some more to the victims and some more of our witnesses, as well as checking our cameras in the area and the cameras at the bank to try to see if we can get some type of suspect description to give you guys.
And I'm sorry, back to my question earlier. The parents, they were just outside of the car, but what were they doing outside of the car to begin with?
They were meeting a group of people here. I think it was to talk about a car. I'm not sure. I don't have all the details there on that exactly. They weren't really here to use the bank services, I don't believe.
Okay.
And have you spoken with the parents, or how are they doing, obviously?
Very relieved. Yeah, they're very relieved. Yeah.
Were they meeting somebody that they had met on like Craigslist or something about a car, to talk about a car, or do you know that?
I don't know those details.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the party that they were meeting, right? This was a third party
Correct.
that had
Correct.
jumped in their vehicle while they were discussing.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right, thanks, Captain. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Sure.
You were listening live right there to police basically doing what they do on scenes like this oftentimes, where they'll brief the reporters who get there on scene so that they can inform the public what's going on. So we got to listen in on that media briefing, and we heard that the family who was there was there not using the bank, but maybe talking about a meeting for a car of some sort in that original location where this all started, Justin.
Yes, it did all start at that Bank of America in Lenexa near 95th and Monrovia. That's where we find 41 Action News reporter Garrett Hake. Garrett, what can you tell us?
Well, Justin, we just heard most of the highlights there. Again, a child recovered after what must have been a terrifying 45 minutes for his or her parents. The sense that we seem to be getting from police here is that the thief of this car may not have known what he or she was getting themselves into when they took the car and then headed east into Kansas City, where the car and the child have now been recovered. But the parents and no one else here ever saw this thief get into the car. They simply turned around to see their car driving away. So that's the hunt now, is to find this individual. They've been interviewing witnesses here at the bank, and of course we are at a bank, so there's going to be significant security camera footage that will likely be reviewed. But again, a happy ending here for this family after 45 minutes of sheer terror. Now we're getting the details, and the police will continue to be looking for this suspect now in 2 states.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, thank you so much, Garrett. And like we said, the best thing we can report here is that baby is okay after going on about 11.5-mile journey with a complete stranger who stole that vehicle. We'll continue to update everyone on this.
Yes, the latest on KSHB.com and the 41 Action News app. Back now to NBC programming. Have a good night.